Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching Hutch's Weather. Thanks for keeping my fine sponsors in mind at Robert Gibb and Sons, a premier Bryant dealer, whatever it takes. Let's take a look at that radar. We did have some showers. They're moving their way out of central parts of the state of Minnesota, but the gusty wind is going to be with us for some time. And boy, was it cool. All of that's coming up right now. Let's take a look at the lows this morning. This is amazing. And you know what? After all of the hot and humid weather we've had, just a real quick change of pace this morning. Look at this. Out in western North Dakota, we had some mid-30s in the oil patch not far west of Williston. Whew, that's cold stuff. You know what? Are we talking about that time to make sure our furnaces are working? I don't know. But for me, here in the FM area, our temperatures were in the mid and upper 40s to start our day, and that's not too bad. But the 30s? Wow, unbelievable. Let's take a look at that radar, and here is a look at their shower activity that's kind of swirling its way out of north central Minnesota and heading toward the Great Lakes area. As we zoom in, we can show you a couple of communities near International Falls, Rainy Lake. Those passing showers are going to continue, briefly heavy where you see the darker greens and the yellows. Otherwise, across our region, extremely quiet, but not extremely warm. Now, if you want to join on, let me know where you're watching from. If you have an observation, maybe you can tell me right here in this live Facebook event how cold it got at your place. Do you have a thermometer? Nathan, good to have you on board. Now let's take a look at some forecast numbers for the area as we start our day tomorrow. This is what you have to look forward to. Now, the wind is going to take hold and it's going to continue as well. Here is a peek at these numbers across the region. We'll start right here in the Red River Valley in western Minnesota. Look at War Road, 50 degrees for you, 47 for Babe the Blue Ox in Bemidji. These showers will continue to swirl around. See the cool pool out here in parts of northeast portions of Minnesota, the Arrowhead, in the 40s and low 50s, mid 40s here in the valley for Fargo and for Grand Forks, 44 for Fergus Falls. And out to the west where it was cold, I would not be surprised if once again, maybe places near Botno, Lake Metagoshi, and a few places north of the Lakes Country, some upper 30s. Upper 30s once again. And this morning we had that 34 degree reading out there in that McKenzie County area. It's cold enough for frost. So that's just that kind of a time of year. Now, as we go into your afternoon, these north winds will continue to gust, and the windiest of the wind will be in the Arrowhead of Minnesota where you see the green pool. That's high temperatures that are only going to make their way into those low 50s out there. What a blustery day, passing showers out there. And your late afternoon temperatures as we go into your Friday forecast here in the Red River Valley and western Minnesota will be at, well, 62 degrees for Baudette, 64 for Bemidji, Fergus Falls 66, and it'll be a little warmer up in the Northern Valley with temperatures in those upper 60s there and near 70 as well for the FM area. Now, cool pool with these northwest winds that will be breezy to the west, not as gusty as it will be to the east, and that's a look at the forecast there. Now we're going to take a look at some model guidance. Cheryl, good to have you on watching from the Park Rapids area. Hello to you, and hello, Bonnie. Thanks for watching. Windy, rainy, and cool in Bemidji, says Bonnie. And indeed, you know, in winter, do we call it Bemidji? I think we do. And it's not a picking on you. It's just sometimes there's a little burr to Bemidji. All right, let's take a look at the model guidance. But what we're going to look at here, the radar should be quiet for our area tomorrow. We're going to look at the basics as far as temperatures go. So you can see this cold air swirling around the area of low pressure that is exiting to the east. So those north winds are coming out of Canada. And as we set this into motion with your timer here, as we go through the overnight hours, see the blue pool of cool working its way in. And we zoom into our area, some of the coolest temperatures as we go past 1 in the morning. And we'll put this on so you can actually take a look at what some of these readings are. I'll put my crosshairs on, and you see the 40s here on this particular model, saying mid 40s possible in a few pockets out there. Do we see any 30s yet? Not yet, not yet. No, but let's go a little bit farther, because just before sunrise is when we typically see, oh, I just passed it. Let me go ahead and pull this up so I can slide back just a little bit. There's the coldest temperatures. And it looks like, once again, eastern North Dakota and parts of Lakes Country will have those temperatures in the low 40s. And I would not be surprised, once again, to see a few spots in the drier country out west, seeing some temperatures that are unbalmy. a severe lack of balm is going to be in the air. Now, let's take a look at what's going on with the forecast modeled temperatures as we go into your weekend, because this is what we call a trend in the science, and this is a look at the American model. We'll go ahead and pull this off, and we'll let it load up here if you give me some patience there. Now, we have our area here that it says it's not ready. Why aren't you ready? I'm gonna tap on the computer here. Now, I think it's ready. Did you hear that? Okay, here we go. We're going to set this into motion for you, and you're going to start seeing more warmer colors as we head into your weekend. So if you want to do some outdoor fun, here's what you need to know. Watch the timer up at the top of the bar here. This will give you the dates. So as we go through Friday, the cold pool is right up here. That's in the Arrowhead of Minnesota. Look at it spilling backwards across the region. So that cold pool spills back into Minnesota and the eastern third of North Dakota as we go into your morning. That's on Saturday. So another cool one on Saturday morning with some areas well into the low 40s. Yeah, it's unbelievable after the 90s and the dew points in the 70s. Okay, but here is Friday afternoon. See the heat returning out in the western parts of South Dakota and eastern Montana. The big sky will be all sunny. And because the sky's so big and sunny, it gets hotter there first. And it's drier there too. Another cool one as we head into the weekend morning on Saturday and even Sunday morning. But then those red temperatures start working their way in. And these will be high temperatures that will be rising on the first day of the weekend to near 70 and then near 80. As we close out the weekend. Heading into next week, it looks like the heat returns. Do you see that nonsense out near Billings and Miles City, Montana? That's the return of the 90-degree weather there. So, Sherry, the burr factor is going to be gone. Or if you want to warm up, you can head out to Montana where, it's just beautiful country. It's my home area. Out in Billings is where I grew up as a kid. And this is a good old Miles City, Montana. And out here in Glendive, Montana, things will be really nice and toasty out there. And we too will warm up as we go through the week. Notice that our temperatures won't be quite as warm. Maybe our warmest will be on the 14th as we go through the middle of the week, as we start to see those 90s getting into the Missouri River Valley between Bismarck and Pierre. So that is a look at the temperatures. Now I'm going to load up a look at the precipitous precipitation chances. And you're going to notice this, that by and large, well, this is total precipitation. Let me get the reflectivity. The future radar. Okay, so the future radar here, as it's loading up, is going to show that the showers that we have on this day will be exiting the area. And then as we go into the middle of next week here, there'll be a slight chance as we go into the Tuesday night time frame. You see that little weather wiggle wobbling through Winnipeg? That's a high-level meteorological term. Weather wiggle wobble Winnipeg. Okay, so that's going to wobble through Winnipeg, working its way off to the east. That'll be our best chance of rain. That's Tuesday as we go into the day on Wednesday. And by and large, that looks like that's about it until we get way out there. And there's too much that can change way out there. So that's a look at your forecast. Hi, Kathy from Fergus Falls. Good to have you, Kathy, John, Sherry, and Shirley all watching. Moorhead is accounted for too. Hi to you. All right, coming up a little bit later, we're going to talk about some other aspects of our weather, including more long-range climate outlooks. So we'll have that on the docket for you tonight. Bring your questions. And of course, always, I want to remind you, my brand spanking new website, brand spanking new. I wasn't spanking it, but I was excited because you know why? It's a place for you to share your videos with me, your photos with me, and you can also sign up for email notifications when I'm going live during important events. I'll send out a blast, and you know what? This is better than the notifications on, say, some social platforms because they don't notify everybody. Everybody who signs up for an email will get it, and I will not abuse it. So please sign up there at the top of the page. Visit my fine sponsors, give them a big thank you, and keep them in mind if you need business, whether it's tree care from my friend Slim. Look at this guy. He is an expert when it comes to climbing. You see that? He's way up in that tree doing it safely, and he's got 25 years of experience. He is certified, he is bonded, he is insured, and he's, well, tree risk assessment qualified as well. So he's a pro, and if you have some tree work you need done as we head into the late summer or fall season, he can get the job done. Remember, my friend Slim at Slim's Tree Care. All right, the interactive radar. You can keep up with the radar anytime, anywhere you go. My latest updates are always here, so if you miss a broadcast live on the social platform, or if you don't like social platforms, here I am. That's right, here I am, hutchesweather.com. And your photos and videos can be uploaded right here on this page. You share reports, you share videos of extreme weather, awesome weather, including those northern lights. It's all fun, and it's all right here on Hutch's Weather. Thanks for joining me for this update. I hope you can come back a little bit later and we'll talk once again. But until next time, stay warm out there on this windy and cool day, and we'll have an update for you a little later right here.